It's KQED News. I'm Tara Seiler. On June 15th, when California plans to reopen its economy, the state will drop most of its COVID-19 restrictions. Health and Human Services Director Dr. Mark Ghaly said today that life won't necessarily go back to how things were 14 months ago before the pandemic took hold. But
we're at a place with this pandemic where those requirements of the past are no longer needed for the foreseeable future, and we will be watching close to determine if and when we need other public health protections.
And KQED health reporter Leslie McClurg is here to bring us some details. First off, Leslie, what COVID restrictions can we expect to go by the wayside come June 15th?
A lot. We can stand close together again. We no longer have to socially distance. And all those long lines outside of stores that we've been waiting in all year will probably go away because businesses can now open to full capacity, no more limits there. The state is going to follow the federal guidelines for masking. So for those who are vaccinated, they will no longer need to wear a mask. Dr. Ghaly did stress that there are businesses that will probably choose to say that you will have to require a mask. That will be on an individual basis by the business, but it will not be a statewide regulation anymore. There will be some individual requirements for big events. We're going to start gathering in the thousands. So if people decide to go to an indoor event that has more than 5,000 people, they will need to prove that they have been vaccinated or that they have recently tested negative for COVID. And the state is encouraging or recommending that that same rule apply for outdoor events that have more than 10,000 people. So it's kind of hard to imagine that we're going to have events that large, but that is coming.
Okay. And what did Ghaly say about where the state is at with COVID cases and other metrics to justify this move?
Yeah, they really are looking at the data and things look really good. Hospitalizations are at an all-time low. We haven't seen levels like we're seeing right now since the beginning of the pandemic. And the case rates here in California are the lowest or of the lowest across the country. We're looking really good here in California. And vaccination rates continue to steadily go up.
And so, Leslie, when these restrictions are dropped next month, it raises the question of how anyone is going to really know who is and who is not vaccinated.
Yeah, we are really not going to know, and the state is not going to require some kind of what we've heard about, vaccine passport. Again, obviously, that's going to be potentially required at private venues. A business could require that, but that is not something that the state is going to require. So we are not going to know. It's going to offer potentially some more opportunities to practice some challenging conversations.
Yeah. What did Ghaly say about schools reopening and younger children who cannot yet be vaccinated?
Well, the goal is to reopen 100% in person this fall. Obviously, there's a pretty key group of kids that do not have their vaccines yet, those who are under 12 years old. But there are trials going on right now to ensure that that will be safe, and those kids could get their vaccines as early as, say, late summer, early fall. So we could be in really good shape for school this fall, but we'll see.
And what about the possibility or probability of COVID outbreaks as the economy reopens?
Ghaly said, and we've seen this time again, that when things relax, we do tend to see some upticks, which we probably will. But he, because of our vaccination rates at this time, does not foresee any widespread surges or anything like we've seen in the past when things have opened up.
Okay. Thank you so much, Leslie.
Thank you.
KQED health reporter Leslie McClurg, and I'm Tara Seiler. This is KQED News.